How do millionaires and billionaires build their habit? How? Hi guys, my name is Dan. This channel, we talk about success, finance, business, entrepreneurship, and anything and everything that you need to be successful in your journey in life. First of all, what is habit? Habit is something that you do repetitively and regularly, even without thinking that you are doing it. Habits are simply reliable solutions to recurring problems in our environment. They are the mental shortcut that we have learned from experience. For example, if you encounter a problem in your environment, you design a solution that solves it. It does not have to be a big problem. It could be a simple problem. Then your brain records the steps that you follow in solving the problem, so that next time when you encounter the same scenario, you won't have to be using trial and error method again in order to solve it. It serves as a memory to remind you of how you followed the steps in order to obtain the solution, so that you will follow it again and get the same solution. Can't you see that habits are very interesting? The primary reason why the brain remembers the past is to help predict the future. So the brain wants you to work better and faster in the future by using your previous experience. There are two major factors that influences habit: internal factors and external factors. Skinner, a well-known Harvard professor, have studied the influence of external factors on our behavior. If the consequences to an action are bad, there's a high chance that the action will not be repeated. The converse is true, as if the consequences of an action are good, the probability of the action being repeated becomes stronger and stronger. Habits on their own are relatively little, but over time we'll see the compounding effect of habit that leads to habit in our daily lives. Cue, craving, response, and reward. Let's start with the first. What is cue? The cue triggers your brain to start a habit. It is what you see in your environment that you feel like doing something. For example, if you set an alarm at 5 a.m., it may be an indication for you to wake up. For another person, an alarm at 5 o'clock might be an indication to start an assignment. So, same alarm, but it have different meaning to different people. So that's the cue. Cue is what's in your environment that makes you to start a habit. The cue is just what starts your habit. A lot of times we think we lack motivation, whereas we lack clarity on our goals and how to achieve it. There are three ways in which we can establish habit in this area. First is the implementation intention strategy, which involves knowing the behavior you want to do, stating the time and location you want to carry out the behavior. I will do this behavior at this time in this location is a better way of starting habit than just saying, oh, I will do something. You need to state the behavior you want to do, state the time you want to do it, and the location. Specify. The more specific your intentions are, the more likely you are able to start a habit. After my current habit, I will start this new habit. It could be after I finished working on my assignment, I'll watch a movie. Or after I finish watching a movie, I will start my assignment. So habit stacking involves adding on what you are already doing in order to establish a new habit. So that also counts is our environment. Our environment is very powerful. Kurt Lewin wrote a simple equation that makes a powerful statement. He said that we are a function of our environment. The truth is that most times we think we are in charge, unknowing to us that the environment actually influences us in making such decisions. You are more likely to take a brand of coffee if that's what you have on your desk than the one that's being hidden in the cupboard. So the best way to maximize habit is to put cues in our environment that will empower us to initiate a habit. Environment is very visible to our human nature. We are more likely to pick an object at our eye level than the one that's below our eye level. So knowing that what you see influences you to commence a habit. Therefore, let's become the architect of our environment by placing obvious visual cues that will enhance us to start the kind of habit that we want to. The law of cue is make it obvious. Of course, the reverse work, in which if you don't want to start a habit, remove the cue, make the cue invisible. If you cannot see something, you are likely not to think on doing it than when you are seeing it. So let's be indeed architect of our environment by controlling what we put in our environment, in our rooms, in our working place, that reminds us to start a habit we want to initiate. If you want to start saving money, the best way to do is can open a new bank account where a part of your salary or part of your earning automatically goes into that account. It makes it easier for you to start saving money than just be planning every day. Oh, I want to save money, I want to save money. The second step that millionaires use to establish habit is craving. What is craving? It's just desire, motivation, zest. Craving is not the habit actually. Craving is the satisfaction that you think a product or a service will give to you. All of us want to be millionaires and billionaires. Not necessarily we care about cash or about money, but we care about the satisfaction, the time that we get, the relaxation, the peace of mind that comes with having a lot of money to spend. So this is how craving works, by making us to imagine and predict the satisfaction that we get when we achieve something. Our brain has more spaces for desire, for craving, than even for enjoying the satisfaction, which means that as humans, we will do ourselves a favor by anticipating a reward. If you can be able to motivate yourself and anticipate a reward so high, it will propel you to start a habit. Most times, people are not able to start a habit because the desire is not high enough. You must desire not just what you want, but the satisfaction that comes with getting what you want. So the golden rule of craving is make it attractive. You desire to continue performing a habit, you must make that habit attractive. You must make your goals, your dreams attractive in order to propel you to initiate a habit. If your desire is not strong enough, remember there is friction on the road, it can make you to stop. But if the desire, the satisfaction that you think you will get when you achieve your goal is strong enough, it will propel you to start the new habit. So the easiest way for us to make a habit attractive is by following a group or being close to people that already have the same habit. If you want to be exercising regularly, it is good to join where people want to exercise. We are influenced by people that are close to us. So therefore, look for friends that are already exhibiting the kind of habit you want. If you're a student and you want to be studying effectively, it is great for you to have friends that also study effectively. It also works in the work environment where you want to establish a habit. Look for people that are already exhibiting that habit and try and join a community where is their norm. If you want to learn programming, for example, there are different WhatsApp group, Facebook community that are into learning programming. If you join these communities, it will prepare you, it will strengthen you, to make it more likely for you to start and continue with that programming. Of starting a great habit like millionaires is to have friends that also have the same aspiration and goals that you want. Also, join communities of people that want to achieve success. You are even watching my channel, so keep watching my channel as I keep dishing out teachings on how to be successful. By listening to it, it will empower you to become a millionaire or a billionaire, and it's faster than you think. The third step is response. Response simply involves taking action. Most of us, we are very good with dreaming. Oh, I have a dream. We keep strategizing our dream. Oh, when I become a millionaire, this is the way I will shave my hair. This is the way I'll do this, I'll do that. We are almost lost with dreaming over and over again. But for habit, what actually works is taking action. There's nothing wrong with strategizing. There's nothing wrong with planning. But habit is better with practice. The more you practice an activity, the more likely you are to perform it automatically. So if you want to start a habit, do not just plan away, but also take your time and start the action. You must start an action and repeat it over and over again for it to become a habit for you. The golden rule of response is make it easy. Start with what is easy. I know you have great dreams. I know you want to achieve a lot in life. I know your goal is big, huge. But the rule that works is start easy. We humans, we are likely to follow the path of least effort. The path that, in quotes, seems lazy. So, in order to start a habit and continue with that habit, start easy. If you want to run a marathon, for an instance, do not just leave your house and start running. I want to run a marathon. No. You can take a walk for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Now, when your body is used to walking, you take it higher to running for 2 minutes, for 5 minutes. To an ordinary person, look as if, remember you want to run a marathon and you're just walking and running for 2 minutes. But the good thing about habit is, once you can initiate it, you are more likely to continue it and grow it, develop it. It keeps building, it keeps increasing. So I am encouraging you that in your big goal, in your big dream, please start easy. Start with the easiest part. Start with the simplest part. It will motivate you and strengthen you to keep growing, to keep doing what you are doing. And as long as you are on the upward trajectory, it is better than someone that keep dreaming and keep being in motion without eventually starting anything. If you want to be the CEO in your organization, there's no crime in starting as a graduate trainee. Keep working hard, keep growing through the corporate ladder, and very soon you discover that you've ended up as a CEO. If you want to have a very big conglomerate, you must not start the 10 businesses or the 15 businesses at once. You can start with only a business. When it has grown, you add another one to it. When that one has grown, you add another one to it. As you go upward in your journey, you keep adding. In 10 to 20 years from now, you discover that you have a massive conglomerate. The rule that works best for habit is make it easy. Start with the easiest one. Start easy. It's easier for you to succeed when the journey is comfortable for you. So the rule we are following in starting our new habit is the rule of least effort. Is the rule of 2 minutes. No matter how big your goal is, I'm advising you to start with just 2 minutes of it. As long as you are maintaining it and keep growing in your path, it is better than taking everything all at once. The next step is reward. You must make your habit satisfying. If you want to keep repeating a habit, you must make it satisfying. The cue, the craving, and the response ensures that you are able to start a habit. You are able to overcome the frictions that comes with starting habit. But the reward ensures that you are able to repeat this habit. The way the brain works is, if you perform an action and it is satisfying, the brain will record it and is likely to remind you to repeat such action. But if you perform an action and it's not satisfying, the brain will remind you that the last time you performed such an activity, you did not enjoy it, so do not do it again. Most times we remember the end of an activity or a task. So in such a scenario, it is best to make it satisfying if you want to repeat it. If you don't want to repeat that habit, or if you want to break a bad habit, make the end unsatisfying. Skinner and Thorndike saying that we repeat actions that are pleasing and satisfying to us. So make the end of your habit satisfying. As you desire to be a millionaire or a billionaire, it is good that each step you take in this journey, you make it pleasing for yourself. You don't just wait till the end of the journey before you enjoy the journey. As you take each step per day, you enjoy the journey, you reward yourself, you make it satisfying. It could be something like, if I'm able to save $1,000 for this year, I will do this for myself. It can be anything, as long as it will make the journey satisfying for you. Look for how your journey or your habit will reward you in the immediate environment. We are more likely to repeat what rewards us in the immediate time compared to something that will reward us in the future. So since you want to establish a habit that may pay you more in the future than even now, so use a cheat mechanism where you make it satisfying for yourself in the immediate time, because humans are biased with time. Add a little bit of immediate pleasure to your good habit. Make it attractive, make it satisfying. Look for how you will reward yourself. Do not wait till you get to the end of the journey before you reward yourself. Each day, as you're able to carry out your habit, look for another thing that you will add to it in order to feel pleasurable. It could be, after I finish doing this assignment, I will watch Netflix for 3 hours, if you enjoy watching Netflix. It could also be, if I'm able to complete this task for the day, I will go home. Look for how your habit will be pleasurable for you, because you are more likely to repeat a habit that is satisfying for you, not just in the future, but now. In order to be able to combine these 4 steps and be able to grow in your habit and monitor it, it is advisable to use habit trackers like Habitical, Habitboo, that you can easily download and start using. In the course of watching your habit, it's advisable that if you fail once, try not to repeat the failure. So the best way to grow in your habit is to monitor your progress and keep improving on it. Know that in this journey of success, as we learn from millionaires and billionaires, each of them have met or failed in one instance or the other. But what is important is not failing, but rising and standing up from your failure to chase your dream. So if you fall, I encourage you, stand up and chase your dream. Where do you think you are gifted at or you have personality in? Try and tailor your new habit in that way, so that it will align with your identity for you to keep getting better and growing higher. And there's no limit to what you can achieve. Most millionaires and billionaires do not only do businesses, but they tend to do business that they enjoy, that they can keep track on, where they have interest in. So I will advise you, if you want to be successful, the easiest way is create habit that aligns with your personality, with your gene, in order to prepare you to keep repeating the same habit, which gives you the cue, the craving, the response, and is satisfying for you. Success is actually an endless journey, because it's a tireless, continuous improvement. So you establish a habit, you deliberately review it and improve on it, you continue improve on it, you work on it, you keep growing until you reach the goal that you want. Very soon, you will not only reach where you want, but you will exceed the goal that you've set for yourself. I'm interested to hear your own view of habit and how you can maximize it to become successful in any chosen career that you want. Please feel free to like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.